thrilled to have Faf du Plessis with us today. Faf, thank you for joining us. How has the tournament been so far for you?
Look, very successful. I think even surprising, to be honest with you, to go and 6 games in a row.
Bowler doing that, but this is the counter. Faf du Plessis saying, I'm not having you bowling length, I'm coming at you. I'm going to try and hit you off your length and go down ground and be down the ground. Let's have a look at this. What was he trying? No, it's just a drag down. Whether he's an attempted googly, you know.
And you've been such a contributor for Samp and you've performed so well. How does it feel to hold such a great contribution to them?
No, in any team you play, you try and make sure that there's contributions. I have a very high standard for myself, so yeah, happy that I can do that for the team.
And Samp has had an impressive season 6 with 6 wins out of 7. And how does it feel to go beyond, especially with players that are not well known? How does it feel to hold that title?
Yeah, as I said, it's almost surprising. When you look at some of the other teams in the tournament and you look at the names that they have in their squads, and you think, how are you going to compete with those names? But cricket is not always played on, it's never played on paper. So we've just had a team that's where everyone's contributed in their own small way, and it's been very, very good.
And did you envision these results? I know you guys have won so many tournaments and so many games right now. So have you envisioned these results at the beginning of this tournament?
Well, every tournament you play, you want to win. So that's the goal always. But yeah, like I said, it's gone really well as a team, and hopefully we can do it in 2 more games. If we win today, we go straight to the final. If you lose, you have to play another game tomorrow. So it'll make a big difference winning today.
And as you said before, you guys have a lot of diverse players, and you guys have some bigger names like you, and then some well-known names that aren't as known. So how does it feel to have that diversity in the team, and how do you guys bond throughout the tournament?
Yeah, I think for most of the teams who play against us, they haven't seen a lot of the players play, so they don't really know their strengths and weaknesses. And that in T10 format can be a weapon as well. And I think that's what's worked to our success, is a lot of guys no one has ever seen of, and they performed really well. So that's been great. The surprise factor in our team.
And talking more about you in cricket, what inspired your cricket journey to begin with?
I don't think something initially inspired it. It was a talent that I had early on and a passion for the sport that I love. And then through love for the game, you start working hard and being dedicated to applying yourself to your trade to become the best that you can be. So yeah, that hunger that I've had for a long time has always been there, and still today it's still there. It hasn't got less. I still train as hard, and my will to succeed is just as hard as when I played international cricket or when I started playing the game.
Yeah, and what is your most powering memory throughout all this that keeps you going?
Yeah, just for me, it's just to be the best I can be. So that drives me every day. I don't come to a tournament or come to a match when I feel like that competitive edge is not there. The will to be the absolute best I can be always drives me.
And your fitness and performance has been so great throughout this tournament. How do you keep that fitness in shape throughout these tournaments that are so long and so aggressive?
Yeah, I work hard before season starts. Obviously our season is all year round, but I have a really good balance in playing tournaments and then having a break and then resting my body and getting mentally fresh, and then starting to work again when it's training hard and getting my body ready for the tournament. So I rock up at a tournament feeling very strong and very ready for the task at hand. And then during the competition, it's the same thing. It's just maintaining and make sure that you keep that discipline and doing the small things. And I've been very fortunate and very lucky that by doing that, I've been able to remain fit through the tournaments and not get any injuries.
Yeah, and it's just as important to stay mentally prepared throughout these tournaments. So how do you stay mentally prepared for high-pressure tournaments like these?
Yeah, the balance of getting away from the game and still playing the game. So whether it's in a tournament like this, when you're playing, actually get away and do something fun to make sure that your mind refreshes, but also before it or after a tournament, go away and stop thinking about cricket do something completely different, and then my mind gets ready again, and it wants to go on tournament again.
Yeah. And what would you say your favorite format of cricket is?
Well, I'd say right now T20 cricket, because it's probably the version that I by far play the most. So it's that nice balance in between all the formats.
And now let's move on to more of the team and the culture. What is the culture like at Samp with all of your teammates?
It's very relaxed. I mean, I think, you know, very relaxed ownership, very relaxed coaching staff, and even a very relaxed team environment. So, yeah, I think even the format of T10, there's not a lot of practicing, there's not a lot of meetings that you can do because it happens so quick and fast. So it's just about getting guys in the right frame of mind to perform.
And speaking of the matches themselves, who would you think would be your toughest bowler that you faced, and why were they challenging for you?
Yeah, it depends on the. So I find that the biggest challenge, not the biggest challenge, but it's all depending on what wicket you play. Some games you get, then it's a really good wicket, then every bowler feels like they can go the distance, and then some days you, like especially the morning games, you rock up there and the pitch is a little bit slow. Yeah, so it's not any type name that I've faced, it's more just the wicket that we played on.
Yeah, and especially in this tournament, you guys are facing against many different teams with many different players. So how do you prepare to go against all these intense rivalries?
I focus on my own game and my own space.
Now they clipped.
In the right frame of
Got a
mind,
little bit too tight.
Then generally there's a bit more consistency.
Straight and beautifully timed by Faf du Plessis for 4.
All right, so now we're gonna kind of move on to a fun segment that I'm gonna call Fast Faf Favorites. So I'm gonna ask you a few questions, and your goal is to answer as quick as possible. Sure. So first one is, what's your favorite cricket shot?
The pull shot.
All right, what's your favorite ground to play at?
Newlands.
All right, favorite teammate to bat with?
Virat Kohli.
All right, favorite place in Dubai?
The beaches.
All right, favorite post-match ritual?
Sitting with teammates, celebrating a win.
All right, and do you watch any Indian shows or movies?
Not really, no.
All right, no worries. That was really fun. We're gonna go back to the questions and talk about your life off the field and your future of cricket. So you've played in Abu Dhabi right now, so are you enjoying that experience so far?
Yeah, it's a good tournament, it's a good place, nice place to come. Probably bring the family next time for them to experience it.
And how has your life been in the playing part of the aspect, so when you're preparing for the matches and with your teammate in Abu Dhabi?
No, there's not much time. As I said, every day there's a game, so it's just relaxing, resting, and then preparing your mind for the matches.
What's your favorite dish been while you're here?
So the food's been actually really good in the hotel that we've stayed with, but yeah, I've gone out to a few nice restaurants, and I like Japanese food, so I've really enjoyed that.
And what do you do to unwind after these games here?
Yeah, go to a restaurant, have a nice dinner, as I said, sit after the game and have a drink with teammates, just relax. Probably those two things.
Yeah. And besides cricket, have you had any other hobbies, any sports you like to play?
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of paddle recently. We've played a few paddle games over here in Abu Dhabi as well, so I enjoy the physical aspect of it. You run around and you feel like you're doing something, but also it's almost like a workout.
And you guided the St. Lucia Kings to their first CPL title, so how did it feel to hold that?
Yeah, that was a big thing for them. A very small franchise, very small country.
Like
there,
this too from
very
Faf
small
du Plessis
so
on the charge against Romario Ship and the skipper.
So for them to have done that is huge. So very proud of that. That I'm the first group that did that.
Yeah, and how did that kind of compare to your other milestones in your career?
Yeah, as I said, I play to try and win trophies in every team that I'm associated with. I would say obviously the big ones would be the IPL because it does carry a lot of weight. But yeah, every tournament to lift a trophy means a lot.
And what would you say coming into a new year? What do you think your biggest goal is for this new year?
Yeah, it's just that balance of, it's a new challenge, a new year. Most of the tournaments that I'm playing in, it's the third year of a cycle, so it's the last year. So finishing off strong in South Africa, finishing strong off in America. And then IPL would be obviously the challenge with a new team.
And as a first day and night test ton as a captain, what are your thoughts?
First what?
Day and night ton, test ton.
Day-night test?
Test ton?
Oh, test ton.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an incredible memory for me. You know, pink ball hundreds is very hard to get because the ball does move around a lot. So to do that in Australia against the team that I enjoyed playing against the most in a big series was something that till today I'm extremely proud of.
Yeah, and just about Samp itself, who would you say would be like your best friend on the team?
I mean, the obvious one is the guys that are from South Africa. Andries Gouds, it's his third year here, it's my second year. So because we come from the same country, there's stuff that we do together, but we've been playing paddle and enjoying dinner quite often.
Yeah, and you've played at so many different areas. What would you say would be your favorite country or state to play in?
I enjoy playing in Australia because of the conditions. The wickets are really good for batting, and also outside of cricket, there's a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, and also just when you play in general, you're obviously facing so many different opponents. How do you switch that mindset from playing with different opponents?
I used to in the past spend a lot of time on the opponents and looking at what they do and looking at their strengths and weaknesses, but you know, the last 2 or 3 years of my career, I'd say I've spent a lot more time just focusing on myself, and I feel it's easier from a mental perspective, just getting yourself ready.
Yeah, and finally, I just want you to give some words about Samp and of the owners.
Yeah, it's been a nice time. As I said, last year was good for me to come across for the first time and experience the relaxedness of them. Whether you're winning or losing, there's a consistency. That's always something I measure teams that I play for, owners that I play for, franchisees. It's just how they react when you're losing. It's easy when teams are winning. Everyone is happy, everyone loves you, but it's you really measure people on, or I do, how they react in losses or defeats. And I was impressed by that last year, so that's probably one of the biggest reasons that got me coming back here this year. The commitment to try and make sure that we win it this year.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, and we're all cheering for Samp as you guys head into the knockout.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.